What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to our channel where we discuss all things trucking. Today we have an important topic to go over: the shocking story of a Ponzi scheme by a trucking company out of Florida that has been targeting Haitian Americans. In this video, we'll not only go over the details of this case, but also provide you with valuable knowledge on what Ponzi schemes are, as well as how to spot and avoid them. However, if before we dive in, you wouldn't mind tossing a thumbs up on this video and subscribing to our channel, that would be greatly appreciated. Alright, let's get into it. First, what even is a Ponzi scheme? Named after Charles Ponzi, an Italian businessman who became infamous for orchestrating fraudulent investments, a Ponzi scheme promises high returns on investments, often much higher than what is offered by legitimate investment opportunities. These promises are used to lure in new investors. The key characteristic of a Ponzi scheme is that the returns paid to early investors are not generated by legitimate profits or successful investments. Instead, the operator uses the funds from new investors to pay the returns owed to earlier investors. This creates an illusion of profitability and attracts more investors, allowing the scheme to continue for a certain period. As more people invest, the scheme grows larger, but ultimately it is built upon a foundation of deception. The downfall of Ponzi schemes usually occur when the number of new investors slows down or when existing investors start demanding their returns. Since there is no legitimate source of income or investment returns, the scheme eventually collapses, leaving the majority of investors with substantial losses. Now, let's go over the case that is sending shockwaves through the Florida trucking industry. According to a recent article from the Securities and Exchange Commission, Sanjay Singh and his company Royal Bengal Logistics have been charged with operating a massive Ponzi scheme. This scheme is alleged to have defrauded approximately 1,500 investors and primarily the Haitian-American community, in amassing a staggering $112 million. Singh, through RBL, enticed investors with high-yield investment programs that promised guaranteed returns ranging from 12.5% to 325%. They presented these investment opportunities as a way to expand their operations and increase their fleet of semi-trucks and trailers. To further entice investors, Singh and Royal Bengal Logistics claimed to generate up to $1 million in monthly revenue. However, the Securities and Exchange Commission alleges that these claims were nothing more than lies and deceit. In reality, Royal Bengal Logistics operated at a loss, and instead of using investor funds for legitimate business purposes, they resorted to using approximately $70 million of new investor money to make payments to earlier investors. This classic hallmark of a Ponzi scheme, known as robbing Peter to pay Paul, ultimately led to the scheme's collapse. As the investigation unfolded, it was discovered that Sanjay Singh misappropriated at least $14 million of investor funds for his personal use and for individuals who did not provide any legitimate services in exchange. Additionally, he diverted more than $19 million of investor funds to 2 brokerage accounts under his control. Unfortunately, Singh engaged in highly speculative equities, trading on margin, resulting in losses exceeding $1 million of investor money. The SEC's director of the Miami regional office, Eric Bastillo, expressed his commitment to holding individuals like Singh accountable for their actions. He emphasized that Singh specifically targeted members of the Haitian-American community, exploiting their trust and hard-earned money for his own personal gain. Now, how can you spot the warning signs of such schemes and protect yourself from falling victim to financial fraud? Here are 5 things to look out for. 1. Promises of unusually high returns. One of the most significant red flags of a Ponzi scheme is the promise of unusually high returns on the investments. If an investment opportunity guarantees consistently high returns with little to no risk, it's essential to exercise caution. Remember, legitimate investments come with inherent risks, and excessively high returns are often too good to be true. 2. Lack of legitimate business model. Ponzi schemes often lack a clear and sustainable business model. The operators may use vague or convoluted explanations to justify their investment strategies or revenue generation methods. If the investment opportunity fails to provide a transparent and credible explanation of how they generate profits, it's a major warning sign. Number 3, overemphasis on recruitment. Ponzi schemes rely heavily on recruiting new investors to sustain the illusion of profitability. The operators may pressure existing investors to bring in friends, families, or colleagues, emphasizing the potential for high returns in exclusive opportunities. If the focus on the investment opportunity appears to be more on recruiting new participants rather than the underlying investment itself, it could be a sign of a Ponzi scheme. Number 4, lack of registration or regulatory compliance. Legitimate investment opportunities and investment professionals are required to be registered with appropriate regulatory bodies. One way to spot a potential Ponzi scheme is by checking if the investment opportunity and its operators are properly registered. Conduct your due diligence and verify the credentials and regulatory compliance of the investment opportunity before committing to any funds. Number 5, difficulty withdrawing or receiving returns. Ponzi schemes often make it challenging for investors to withdraw their funds or receive promised returns. The operators may provide various excuses, delays, or impose unreasonable conditions when investors request their money. If you encounter significant obstacles in assessing your funds or receiving returns, it should raise concerns and prompt further investigation. Remember, being vigilant and skeptical is crucial when it comes to your hard-earned money. If something seems too good to be true or exhibits any of these warning signs, it's best to err on the side of caution. Now, let's address an important question. Can you recover money lost in a Ponzi scheme? Recovering money lost in a Ponzi scheme can be a challenging and complex process, but it's not impossible. Here are some key points to consider if you find yourself a victim to such a scheme. First and foremost, it's crucial to report the Ponzi scheme to the appropriate authorities. Contact your local law enforcement agency and file a complaint. It's also essential to reach out to regulatory bodies such as the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, or your country's equivalent organization to report the fraudulent activity. Consulting with an attorney who specializes in securities or investment fraud is highly recommended as well. They can guide you through the legal options available to you and help navigate the complex process of recovering your lost funds. They may also assist you in participating in any class action lawsuits or recovering assets through legal proceedings. In some cases, if the authorities successfully seize assets or recover funds from the scheme, a process may be put in place to compensate victims. You may need to file a claim with the court-appointed receiver or trustee overseeing the recovery efforts. However, it's important to keep in mind that the recovery may be partial, and the amount refunded to each victim will depend on various factors. While navigating the recovery process, it's crucial to be cautious of recovery scams. Unfortunately, scammers often target individuals who have lost money in Ponzi schemes. They may offer fake recovery services claiming to be able to recover your lost funds in exchange for an upfront fee or personal information. Always be skeptical of unsolicited offers and thoroughly research and verify the legitimacy of any recovery service before engaging with them. Remember, if an investment opportunity sounds too good to be true, it probably is. High returns with little to no risk should raise immediate suspicion. Always conduct thorough research and due diligence before investing your hard-earned money. If you found any of this information helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more trucking content. Also, we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever encountered suspicious investment opportunities? How do you protect yourself from potential scams? What topics would you like us to cover in future videos? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.